everybody and welcome. I am so glad that you're here. Hola a todos y bienvenidos. I am saying some few words in Spanish because many of you guys have been telling me that you enjoy the Spanish section because you learned some Spanish, so that's amazing. So today we're going to be talking about peppers. I love peppers and we have been growing this from a pepper that we got in the fridge. So if you want to grow stuff that you have in the kitchen, I have also a video. I'm gonna put it here in the description down below, and also over here the link, so you can check that out, which is many like different fruits and vegetables that you can grow from things that you have in your kitchen. Grow anything that you have in your kitchen, anything that you have in your fridge. So anyway, so you just go ahead randomly, just open your pepper. Once you have finished eating it, or you're gonna be eating it, you're gonna be cutting, take the seeds that you have inside in the middle, dry them out. So what I usually do is I either just clean them very well and then let them to dry, or if they're not too dirty, just leave them by itself, just let it dry so that it doesn't have too much of the flesh of the pepper, because if not it will get them fungus and stuff like that before then putting it in the pot. So it's always better to just let it dry first. Once it's completely dry and you don't have no extra pepper flesh on top of it, then you can go ahead and put it in a pot, and that's it. So what I did that with all of these that I have over here, because I'm a very impatient person. When I'm putting seeds, I know that usually you put 2 seeds to 3 seeds in one little pot, right? And then you wait for it to grow. Once it has grown, then you segregate it. But I am a little bit like desperate when it goes into growing. So I put a lot of seeds all together, so you can see here there's lots of different seeds in here. So I have in here the green peppers, the red pepper, and in here these are chili peppers. If I'm not mistaken, I did not put the little thing, so you always need to put something so that you can know what you have there. If you don't have any of this tags, this is just plastic tag that I got from the dollar store, you can also do some tags. I know that I have a video how you can make your tags with just plastic bottles, anything. You can take literally anything, but plastic is the best because every time that you wet the soil and you put water in the soil, it doesn't get damaged because it's plastic. So if you have any plastic bottles, plastic containers, anything, just cut it to the shape that you want and put a Sharpie and right there, and that will be a perfect marker. So let's go ahead and then take these. We're gonna put it in here in the transplanted into this big containers that I have over here. I'm taking soil from the outside compost area that I have. So I'm not using anything buying nothing outside. So this is completely free because this is just peppers that we had in here and we're using it again. Wow, that's the best when you don't have to buy nothing. I'm gonna in another video show you the fertilizers that I do at home, because I don't buy fertilizers, I make it all home. That's the best way. And if you have problems with ants or anything like that, you can also check the video that I made of all the different insecticides that I use. And there's the big amazing bomb of insecticide. It's really strong, so you go check it out. And when you use it, be careful to not spray it in areas that you do not want, because it will definitely kill anything that it comes in contact with. And it's just completely organic with stuff that you have in the kitchen. So anyways, peppers are amazing, great benefits for our bodies. We know that because they're full of vitamins. They have vitamin C, they have vitamin A, vitamin K, they have vitamin E, they have all kinds of vitamins, all kinds of antioxidant effects. They're really good and they're full of a lot of water. And key amazing thing that we need to say over here, do you think that vegetables are fruit, or are they a vegetable? They are a fruit. Yes, so if you said that they're a fruit, kudos to you, because the pepper, it actually grows from a little flower. So wherever you see a flower, that will become later on a pepper. So don't take those flowers away, because those flowers will become your pepper. And also inside of your pepper, you have the seeds that you can actually use later on for regrowing your pepper. This is all trial and error. So every time that you're collecting seeds, I prefer to collect many seeds, because whenever you're buying your regrowing pepper from kitchen stuff that you have, from things that you bought from the supermarket, it's not designed for you to reproduce it, so it might not actually grow, or if it grows, it might actually be a hybrid. So you might be taking a sweet pepper and it might actually grow with a little taste of chili pepper. Because it was growing right next to another chili pepper maybe, where they were, growing it. So peppers also, you're gonna see, look at this. Oh my God, this is just so amazing. This is why we need to actually change it, because look at that. Look at that beauty. So this pepper, it's ready to keep on growing. It will grow pretty big and it's giving me more, but I really need to give it a better support system. So that's why I have over here too these branches. So you don't need to go buying bamboo sticks. I have a few bamboo sticks over here that I have from my orchids before, and I saved them. So I have bamboo sticks as well, and these bamboo sticks are really good because they never die, they never break, they're really strong, they're amazing. So recycle, 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 recycle. Now, if you don't have that, you don't need to go buying anything. You can just use branches. So just go outside and look for some branches and then put them to the level that you want. This will be more or less the level of the plant, and that will be your support system. So that's what I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna be using some branches as well with a little bit of a string so that I can give it some support for the peppers. The peppers, temperature-wise, it's a tropical plant, so they prefer to be at 70 degrees or higher. And if the temperature is fluctuating, then it would either stop the growth, or the plant would not actually produce as it should, or the fruits might not come out at the time that they should be coming out. So I was thinking of putting my peppers outside right here in the front, but I stopped and I said, no, I'm not gonna do that. We live in a zone 7, and so we only have July and August with that temperature, and then after that, September, October, all the way back again, January, February, March, even here May, that is 50 degrees. So it will always be damaging my peppers, so it doesn't make sense to put it outside for only 2 months. I know that many people do that and they treat it as an annual, but why treat it as an annual when I can grow it all year long? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grow it in here in containers, and that way you can have peppers every year, all year long. Just like if I were living in the tropics, because you can control the temperature over here. Just make sure that you have at least 6 hours of direct sunlight to the pepper. The pepper doesn't need to have like a huge amount of sun, but it does require sunlight in order for them to actually grow that fruit. So you need at least 6 hours of sunlight. And they're drought tolerant. So if you forgot for a week to put some water in it, it might wilt and go down, but it will come back again the moment that you actually give it some water. Now make sure not to overwater. I have said this many times with other plants as well. It is best to underwater than to overwater. If you overwater a plant and it has drowned and it died, that's it, no coming back. But if you underwater the plant, you still have some chance of actually, coming back again the plant, because it just needs a little bit of water. So they are drought tolerant, so that's awesome. So what we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna show you how I'm gonna be dividing this section over here. They get a really big root system, so that's why I had it in this tiny little pot over here. I have lots of water coming out. So I had it in this little tiny pot over here, and so the root system is, I know it needs some bigger pot, so that's why I'm putting it in here. But like a 1 foot radius, that would be the best. Now I'm gonna be actually, overpopulating it in here. So it might actually give me a hybrid in the future, and that's totally fine. I love peppers and it's so amazing. And I also have the chili peppers, I'm gonna be close to it. And fun fact also, when you see the riots and they have the police officer with the pepper spray and all that stuff, they call it pepper spray because it has the chemical that is the capsaicin, which is what gives it that really spicy flavor of the hot chili peppers. So essentially what they're using is hot chili peppers to spray everybody. So that's why if somebody ever sprays you with pepper spray, you're like, oh, my face is burning, my eyes are burning. Literally what you have is hot chili pepper on your face. So there we go. And fun fact, Now also they use the pepper, and they have tried to be using the pepper for dermatitis, for psoriasis, for also nerve pain as well. It has been, many people said that has been proven that it's really good, and there has been a lot of different, journals talking about the placebo effect versus the actual hot chili pepper effect, but FDA has not approved it as something that you can use for that treatment. But if you want to give it a try, and you have been using all kinds of different pain medicine, nothing works, so you should give it a try to eat some more hot chili pepper. Now be careful, if you're allergic to something, you definitely need to first check out with your primary care provider so that you don't get no allergic reaction, right? So anyways, I love eating peppers, so I eat peppers all the time, and this is amazing, and we're gonna be giving some to my neighbor that she is wonderful. And she doesn't like the green peppers, but we have some red peppers, so let's divide those today as well. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is give it some support, because if not, it's gonna break. So what I have is, what I said, some bamboo sticks or branches. You don't need to go buying anything. You just can go outside into your yard or go hiking or something like that and find some branches. Go ahead. Bamboo is really good because it's very difficult for it to break. I have had those bamboo sticks for years with me. Those are the ones that you get whenever you're buying an orchid. So I'm putting it in each corner, and I'm gonna be using the string to then tie this up from one corner to the other so my pepper doesn't flop. So let's go ahead, get our pepper. Look at that beautiful pepper. It's humongous, love it. We're gonna use then this over here, remove it. And let me get my gloves as well. Before removing any pepper that you have in a pot, always wet the soil. I have already wet the soil. And then take the corners first so that you don't damage so much the root system. I'm gonna also add some of the chili peppers in here as well. So gonna divide this over here, and that's where I'm gonna put them. So I wet the soil, and I'm gonna go ahead and start dividing it. This tree can grow over here. Yep, I'm gonna just leave this tree over here. This I'm gonna give away. using is this string over here, but you can use any other string that you might have at home. And it's just a little support system for the peppers. The peppers are also slow growers, so it will take a really long time for you to actually start seeing a pepper. So don't get discouraged, because when you put the seed on the soil, it will take almost 2 months for it to germinate. Once it germinates, it takes almost another month for it to actually give you a good stem. And then you have like another month to wait for it to give you then some fruits. And the fruits takes like 30 to 90 days for it to fully be good, to be full, to be ready to be harvested. So that's why I am taking the measurement of putting it in here and putting it into a pot, and that can stay completely always at home with complete protection from the weather outside, so I don't have to do this every single year, because it will be super awesome once I have lots of great peppers. If I want to put some outside, yeah, I can do that, because eventually I'm going to be doing that, putting some outside and treating them as annual, but always having already here a good plant, already good, thick, good to go, and that if I lose those, I still have some in here that I can keep on eating. So these are my babies and I love them so much. Okay, let's do the other one. Now let's do our red peppers. Let's do our red peppers, and let's do also more of our chili peppers. And this is so awesome because look how tall the red peppers are. Look at that, they're super tall. I just love it so much. I love it, I love it, I love it. And they have been stressing out over here. I know that I love to stress out my plants and, you know, put them in dry periods so that they, you know, are not requiring so much water, and that I can actually, they can grow stronger. And I'll do a video about that later on. But these plants, if they would have been in a bigger pot, they would have already given me some peppers. So that's why we need to put them in another pot right now, ASAP. But these are so cute. You're so beautiful. Okay, let's go ahead and do that right now. Get them out. Now we're gonna divide them. Giving this one away. Beautiful. this is so exciting that we got so many peppers from seeds that literally were from the kitchen. So every time that you buy something, some peppers, some peperoncini, as you like to call it, literally some of those chili peppers were from pizza orders that they give you those peperoncinis, and we just get the seeds and put it in there. So don't throw away those peppers. Experiment. Some of them might not grow, but some of them will. So trial and error, my friends. Another thing that I want to share before we go is that if you're doing as an annual, because you have such a limited time, depending on the zone that you're growing it, if it's in a cold environment, like our environment zone 7, then I recommend to also cut it in the top, so that way it will make it more bushier and the plant is a little bit stressed, and it leads them to like, hey, I'm gonna die, so let me just create some fruits so that fruits can have some seeds and I can procreate, right? So that will help you to get some fruits even more quicker. But if you're not growing it as an annual and you're in the tropics, like my family in Puerto Rico, then you can go ahead and actually just let it grow strong and woody and very good, and not cut it at all in the top, so that way it can become even stronger, the plant, and give you even more fruits the next season. Maybe that season it might not give you as much fruits, but the next season it will be very good, and you will have already a really strong woody stem that it will actually, you know, surpass the whatever fruits you would be having if you would treat it as an annual. So I'm just gonna be treating it not as an annual. It will be, you know, growing all season. So I'm not gonna be cutting the top stem. I'm gonna let it get really long, just like this one that you see over here, really long. And I'm gonna let it grow as much as it wants. When you don't grow it as an annual and you let them keep on growing and growing, the stem becomes very woody. So that's why I keep saying that's gonna be like woody. It becomes almost like if it was a branch. It almost becomes that material, like that strong. It's so good. So that tells you that you have a really good plant in there. So I'm gonna let it grow that way, and as you can see, I can see some of the fruits coming out, and I cannot wait for them. But as I said, the fruit, once it's there, it might take 30 to 90 days for the fruit to be completely ripe. The ones that we have are the red peppers. Even though that they're red peppers, at the beginning, they come out like green pepper. And they come green color. And then they're gonna become a brown, almost red. And then you have that red color. So really cool. And then the chili peppers, the same. If it's gonna be a red hot chili pepper, it will also be that green color, and then it will be then that almost brown red color, and then you have the red color. So lots of great info in here. I hope that you learned something new. I hope that you really enjoyed this video. I know that I did. This is super awesome, and this is a great, you know, way of actually growing your peppers. Another thing before we go is, if you're growing peppers like me in planters and pots, and you're gonna be growing multiple of them, make sure, as I did, to use a pot that's gonna be even. So I know that pots sometimes come out that they're broader in the top, and then you have it then going narrower, like this one that we have over here. This is with my aloe vera, that you guys know that I have lots of videos of aloe vera because we love it and it's so good for you. But anyways, that pot that I just showed you, you see that it's broader in the top and then it goes narrower in the center and at the bottom. So that's not good, because if you want to grow multiple of them, then you want to have, you know, an even environment for them to grow, not to go into the center. If you have only one pepper growing, then fine, you can use a pot like that. Another thing is, I know that many of you are like, but I don't have any pots like that. This is one of those cooler things that you use for like putting in there, you know, ice. So think about anything else like storage units, your storage binders, the storage you know, bowls that you have for putting your cheese and stuff like that. That is a perfect place to put peppers. So that, if I didn't have that, I would have used one of those, because literally that's perfect. It's really deep, it's super broad. It's amazing. So something like that you can use also at home. So anyways, I hope that you really enjoyed this video. I know that I did. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you did enjoy the video, like the video, then go ahead and like the video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends and family. I'll see you again next Tuesday. Bye guys. Bye. Enjoy the day and enjoy the miracles.